Why is this happening? Oh, why? How often does this happen to you? For this reason, I've decided to create a little tutorial on 5 fishing knots you'll ever need to solve all of these problems. So let's jump into it. Intro.
Snail is rarely free, motherfucker.
Okay, the first one is the uni knot. Probably the most used around the world. Very easy to tie. You can use it for a lot of different applications. For this demonstration, I'm using a big hook and a really thick 25-pound fluoro. So take your hook and your line, make a loop with your line, leave a longer slack behind to work with. Push the loop to your hook, hold it with one hand, and then go around like 5 or 6 times with your line. If you're using thinner line, you can go more like 8 to 10 times. Then take the loose end and take it through the loop. Hold it with one hand and just tie it. Don't forget to lubricate before you tie it really strong. Cut off the loose end, and that's it. That's your uni knot on the hook. Super easy, really strong. I hope you find it useful. Number 2, double uni knot. Now that we know the uni knot, let's try to tie a leader to your main line using a double uni knot. Take your main line and your leader. Usually I'm starting with the braided line because it's easier to work with. So cross them, leave a longer loop, and start tying around the main line and the leader for 8 to 10 times, depending on how thick of a line you're using. When you're done, you just tied it up. Don't go too hard on it right now. Now you do the same thing with your leader. You hold the loose end and go around the main line again for 8 to 10 times. And usually I'm using a little bit less of tying with my leader because it's usually thicker than my main line. Tied it up. Lubricate the leader and just tie it up to the end. It should press against each other. Cut off the loose ends. And there we go, that's your double uni knot. Next up is the clinch knot. I'm using a spinner, you can use a hook or any bait you like. Take your main line, go through the hole, leave a longer slack as always. Hold your line close to the spinner with one hand and go around the line about 5 to 8 times. Take your loose end, get it through the hole. Tied it up, and cut the loose end. And that is your clinch knot. The fourth one, the polymer knot. And it's probably the easiest knot there is, but I use it all the time. Take your spinner or whatever you're tying on, take your line, make a loop with it and leave a little bit longer, and as always go through the eye and make a simple knot around your line, and take your bait or your spinner or whatever through that loop and tie it up. Don't forget to lubricate it. Tie it up till the end. Cut off the loose end. And that is it. That is your perfect polymer knot. The simplest of them all, yet I use it all the time. And the last one is the rappel knot. This one is a little bit more tricky to tie. You need some practice for it and you don't use it that often. For this purpose I'm using a loose jig head with an offset hook, and it has a lot of play in it already, but I just like to make it a little bit looser. You take a line, make a loop with it and make a simple knot, but don't tie it all the way till the end. Just leave a little loop there. Then take the loose end, take it through the hole in your bait or your jig head. Take your jig head almost to the loop you formed. Take your line, go through the loop, push it with your fingers and go around your main line about 5-6 times. Now take the loose end, take it through the loop and take it one more time through the loop that you just formed. Hold it closer to your bait or your jig head with your fingers, push it down, and you need to tie this one up, pulling the opposite directions. And cut off the loose end, and there you go, you have a nice loop and your bait is moving on the loop. I found it very helpful, especially when the fish isn't that active and doesn't chase your bait, so you can animate it in one place a little bit longer. You can keep it in the same place while still jerking it. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment about what other tutorials you might want to watch, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be posting a lot of more content really soon, mainly about spinning fishing, about my baits, about my rods, gear reviews, other tutorials. So smash that bell button if you want to get notified as soon as I upload, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.